going to be 2022 in a few days, and I'm pretty excited for some of the shows coming up. So, I'm here to rank my top 10 most anticipated shows of 2022 from least anticipated to most anticipated. At number 10 is Proud Family, Louder and Prouder. I haven't seen the original series, so I don't really know anything about the show except for what we saw in the trailer. And from what we saw in the trailer, it looks really fun with vibrant characters with a lot of heart and with some crazy stuff from a buff grandmother to a guy dressed up as the Joker for some reason. At number 9 is High School Musical, the musical, the series, Season 3. I think there are some writing flaws with the first two seasons of High School Musical and Musical, the series. I think sometimes some of the characters in High School Musical and Musical series get a bit over dramatic, but High School Musical and Musical series is still a really fun show with a really long title. But aside from the super long title, there's some great characters in this show. They're all very charismatic, very fun, and they do a really good job of getting you invested in the story, and I'm excited to see more of that. Number 8 is Bad Batch Season 2. First season of Bad Batch was alright. There are a few too many Sin missions for my liking, but the first season of these Star Wars animated shows aren't usually the best ones, and they usually get better as the seasons go on. And I think the Bad Batch Season 1 is the best first season of any of these Star Wars animated shows. So, logically, the seasons coming will be the best of a Star Wars animated show also. Number 7 is Mighty Ducks Game Changers Season 2. I loved the first season of Mighty Ducks Game Changers. It gave me everything I wanted from the show, and I really loved all the characters. And one of my favorite characters, and I think one of the most well-written characters in this first season of Mighty Ducks Game Changers, is Gordon Bombay, played by Emilio Estevez, who unfortunately won't be in the second season because Disney weren't able to get Emilio Estevez back for the second season, which definitely bumps this one down for me. But I'm still super excited to see what they do with the second season of the show. And number 6 is Miss Marvel. In my most anticipated shows of 2021 video, I put Miss Marvel at number 4. But since Miss Marvel didn't come out in 2021, I'm now putting it in my 2022 video, 2 spots lower. I'm still excited for this show, but not as much as before. The whole reason I was so excited for this show is because I was excited to see another younger perspective of the MCU, but we're seeing that a lot now with even a whole team coming of young Avengers possibly in the MCU. So it's not as much of an exciting thing, but I'm so excited to see how Miss Marvel is going to connect to The Marvels, the sequel to Captain Marvel, and how they're going to adapt this character into the MCU, because she was pretty cool in the comics, and I'm excited to see her in the MCU. And number 5 is Moon Knight. One of the big reasons I'm excited for this show is the main character, Mark Spector, has dissociative identity disorder, and that basically means he has different identities inside him that come out because of certain triggers. And I'm interested to see how crazy they'll go with these different personalities. I'm also interested to see how they'll explore Egyptian iconography in the show and how it will relate to the plot. Number 4 is She-Hulk. The biggest reason that I'm excited for She-Hulk is I saw this video that talked about some rumors about the nature of the show being more comedic. Like, they're actually going for a comedy show. Like, it is a comedy. It's not like the few jokes thrown in here and there in the Marvel projects. No, like, it's a comedy. And they also talked about some fourth wall breaking, maybe even talking directly to Kevin Feige, the Marvel producer. And that sounds super fun. And I know what you might be thinking. Come on, this is just leaks, rumors. It's not confirmed. But in the She-Hulk comics, there was fourth wall breaking and they were sort of silly. So I believe these rumors. So it gets me pretty excited for the show. At number 3 is Secret Invasion. I'm really interested to see what's going on with the Skrulls and why Nick Fury is working with them, because I have no idea. But if Nick Fury is involved with it, it must be big. So I'm excited to see what that very big and important thing for the future of the MCU is. At number 2 is the Book of Boba Fett. Now, technically, the show premieres in 2021, but for the most part, this is a 2022 show, except for episode 1. Now, of course, this is a spin off of The Mandalorian, and that show was great. So, of course, I'm expecting this to also be at a similar level of quality since it is made by the same people. And the director, Robert Rodriguez, has been hyping the show up so much. And yeah, he is probably biased, but Lucasfilm is so confident in the show that they have only shown the first 15 minutes of the first episode and all of the TV spots and trailer that we got. So they're so confident that they could hook you with just that first 15 minutes, and the rest of the show, we're gonna be totally surprised because there hasn't been much leaks for this show, and they didn't give much away from the trailer and TV spots because we've only got footage from the first 15 minutes of the first episode. And I'm really excited to see what Boba Fett's ideology is, and like how he'll rule over the crime world, the underground crime world, and see more of the duo of Boba Fett and Fennec, who were pretty good from what we've seen so far and from what we've seen in the trailer. And finally, at number 1 is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi is my favorite character in all of Star Wars, so naturally I would be very excited for him getting his own show. I'm really interested to see what his state is 10 years after the end of the Clone Wars, with the fall of the Republic and the rise of the Empire, and his best friend Anakin turning to the dark side and becoming Darth Vader. And we are getting Hayden Christensen back as Darth Vader. And the fact that they're going to bring Hayden Christensen back and not just CGI the Darth Vader suit or have someone else in the suit means that we might see a bit of Anakin Skywalker, maybe in flashbacks, and we'll see a decent amount of Vader himself. And Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, promised the rematch of the century, which sounds really promising, with maybe getting a lightsaber duel, maybe on par with the lightsaber duel in Revenge of the Sith, which is my favorite ever lightsaber duel in all of Star Wars. So that's it for this video. Tell me in the comments, what shows are you excited for in 2022, in the next year? So thanks for watching.